Hello, thank you for peeking in on me. Nice to see you. Hope you're all well. Before I get into it, please like, comment, subscribe, please. I really appreciate you guys, and I'd like to continue to do this. It's interesting for me, this old bird digging into things for you to talk about with you. So, tomorrow is haircut day. I mentioned it before, and I'm open to any suggestions that any of you fine lovelies have out there. See what I might want to do with my stragglies. So yeah, please leave something in the comments for me, and I'll take it all into consideration. It'll be very exciting to see what happens for tomorrow's episode. What's her hair gonna look like tomorrow? Who knows? Might be crazy. I might hate it. So give me some suggestions, gals. All right. The lunatic next door has once again staggered, driven erratically way out of his lane. Way out of his lane. So I thought I'd do a little bit of digging, and I found some things. So we'll go back to like once upon a time, long, long ago. Canada and the neighbors next door enjoyed a cordial relationship. Our Canadian dollar was pretty much par with the American dollar, and sometimes it was a little bit more, and sometimes it was a little bit less. But all in all, pretty much par. Things were happy. Things were wonderful. We did trade, particularly with the automotive industry. Cars were going back and forth. People were making money, having fun. 1970. At the time, Nixon was pestered with his new economic sickness that they called stagnation. And that's a word we've been hearing lately, stagnation. And it's from his enormous and reckless spending on Vietnam, and also some misguided domestic policies, which, guess what? Very much like today. Again, enormous spending on a war, and enormous spending on bazillionaires, and reckless domestic policies. It's exactly what's happening. Nixon then took the USA off the gold standard. Probably not the best move, but he did it. And then he imposed 10% tariffs on every import coming into the USA. It was called Nixon's shock. And this had Canada rethinking their reliance on the neighbors. Diversification was an option, and that was being really considered seriously. But big business, integrated in with the neighbors next door, decided that wasn't a very good thing, because they're not going to make as much money. So they decided deeper integration was also the best way to go. And this also ended Canada's plans to build pipelines east and west. Yep, it was happening all the way back then, 1970, 1971. Also, refineries were supposed to be built in each province. So we would have, each province would have gas and oil, all refined goods. Yep. But no, big business, both sides of the border said, no, we're going to make money this way, and we're going to do it our way. And that's what happened. So by the 1980s, the meetings and the negotiations with the U.S., they convinced Canada that, with promises and handshakes, of course, you know how they work, that the only way to Canada's prosperity was to further integrate with USA. And it was said by a Canadian politician, We will never get away from the U.S. economy, nor should we want to. That was said. It was a thing. It happened. It happened. So here we are today, after 40-odd years of being subservient to the neighbors, allowing them to dictate all the rules and how things were going to be traded between our two countries. Yep. And now under the bullyship of the lunatic next door. They're unstable. They're unreliable. A deal is no longer a deal with them. He cannot be trusted. He is dishonest and deceitful. And these practices we've known about since the 1970s with his disgusting business acumen and the nasty things he did all the way back then. Terrible, terrible human. So, Luny the Tick next door does not like Canada telling him, no, we are not for sale. We will not be complicit. We will not give up our sovereignty. And we will not participate in his illegal war. Simple. We have diversified. We've made our deals. We're going elsewhere. It's done. It's happening. We're doing it. And Luny the Tick is madder than the Hatter. Crazy mad. Stupid mad. Losing his mind mad. Mad. And I guess we'll see what he does next. Because nobody knows what he's doing. I don't even think he has any idea what he's doing. Tomorrow will be another day. So this Once Upon a Time story is not the end. Pretty much it's just the beginning. So, great. I'll see what tomorrow brings. It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Anyway, tomorrow is haircut day. Let me know what you think I should get for my haircut. I'll do this. That's what I look like without them, and these are gonna change really soon, so I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you want to talk about. Give me some thoughts on hair. Give me some thoughts on what we're talking about with Lunatic Next Door. I'd be happy. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. Talk to me. Coffee stuff, you know? All right. Everybody have a good night. Please leave me some comments. I need some haircut suggestions, so I'm waiting on you. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And you'll be surprised what my hair looks like.